Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night, wherever you're watching me from. My name is Dr. Obioramba Iboweze, reaching you from Nkolo Mahadum, Wisdom University. Today's date in Igbo calendar, which is lunar calendar, is Oye Market Day. No one came in the 4th month of the year for lunar calendar. While in the Roman Catholic calendar, today is May 27th, 2024. We have always advised you on this Mahadum that you should be following your local calendar, the one given to you by your ancestors. That's the one you should be following. And then the foreign colonial Catholic calendar then comes behind. That's the right way to do it. The title of today's lecture is that the Emir of Kano Saga shows that the governors are emperors. And also, it tells us that since the governors control and pay the emirs, the people does not benefit much, because he who pays the piper dictates the tune. So what you are seeing going on in Kano, all these few days has been going on for many, many years, for many centuries. In Britain, the British government that created Nigeria, over there, the king is above everybody. Is above every political institution, both their prime minister and their governors and the like. All of them are under the king and queen. But in Africa and in Nigeria, they place the kings, the emirs, the obas, the chiefs under the governors and the president. What an irony. And that is why we see what is going on in Kano State today, because the governors are so powerful to remove and appoint whoever they want as an emir, as an oba, or as a chief. Nkolo Mahadum will advise you to please subscribe to our YouTube channel, like our programs, follow us on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, and other social media platforms, because we present things to you the way a Biafran and an African should be seeing things, how things that are happening is affecting the lives of Biafrans and Africans. And that's what we want to use what is going on in Kano struggle, in Kano Emir struggle, to demonstrate today how you as a Biafran and as an African should see it. Now, before we continue, we'd like to let you know that removing the emirs and chiefs and obas did not start today. I will go down some list to let you know that it did not start today. The Oni of Ife, Oboru, was removed in the 19th century through Ife Palace queue. They did a queue because the man has been ruling for so long. They don't like his style of leadership. They removed him. Also, Oba of Benin, Overranwen na Nobaisi. Overranwen Nobaisi was removed by the British for monopolizing trade routes. Also, Olu of Warri, Oba Erejunwa I was also deposed. Also deposed was Alafin of Oyo, Oba Adediran Adeyemi II. He was also deposed. Also, Awujele of Ijabu, Oba Adenuga Folabade was also dethroned. Also, Olu of Owo, Oba Olateru Olagbeji II was also dethroned. Sir Mohammed Sanusi II, the father of the current emir that was appointed by the Governor Yusuf, was also dethroned. I can go on and on and on. And apart from this list, there are also more than 15 obas or emirs or chiefs that have been dethroned, either by the British, either by the people, or either by political disagreements. So removing the emirs did not start today. It's been an ongoing thing. That's why Nkola Mahadum want to use it as a title for today's lecture. Now, this will bring us now into Kano State. We all know that Sanusi, the former CBN governor, was emir of Kano from 2014 to 2020 and was removed by Governor Ganduje. You know, the governors are very, very powerful. That was why Ganduje was able to go through the House of Assembly, did whatever he did there, and then removed Sanusi as emir. And now, the current governor, Yusuf, decided to also go through the House of Assembly and amend the laws again, and then remove Adebayo, and then bringing back Sanusi again to become the emir. Isn't that intriguing? How the governors are just using their powers to remove and appoint who becomes emir and who doesn't become emir. And that is why Nkola Mahadum have decided to use it, because it's very, very interesting. The kingship position for communities that have a kingship system supposed to be by the people. The appointment is supposed to be by the people, not by the government. And see, Nkola Mahadum Wisdom University is advocating that there should be a change to the way they have placed the chiefs and the emirs under the governors and the president. That's not right. Because now the governors are the one paying them and controlling whatever they are doing, not the people. It doesn't benefit the people. A traditional ruler, an emir or an oba, is not supposed to be receiving any stipend from any governor. Because once you are receiving anything from the governor, you have already sold out your ability to defend your people. Whatever your governor tells you, that's what you will be doing. And that is why Nkolomadu is trying to address this issue today. For you as a Biafran, to know that the same thing is affecting you. What is going on in Kano State also is affecting you. All the appointments, all the chiefs they have in Biafra land and other parts of Africa, appointed by the government, they are not working for you. They are answerable to the government. They cannot say anything to the government. They cannot present your interest to the government. And they're not doing so. Because if they're doing so, why don't we have running water in our communities where you will stay in your house and open the tap, not the one they go and build borehole so you can come to somewhere to fetch it. No, put water into every household in Biafra land and in Africa. Why is it that we don't have that? If they are working for you, why don't we have good roads, good third roads in our communities? If the chiefs are working for you in Biafra land, in other parts of Africa, why don't you have good health system? Why don't you have security? Why don't you have food for the people? These are the questions the Nkolomadu wants you to be asking your chiefs that are under the leadership of the governors. This is the questions you'll be asking. They are not doing anything for you. So that system has to be changed. And before we continue, please subscribe to our YouTube channel. Like our program, comment, follow us on YouTube and Twitter and other social media platforms so that anytime we present a lecture, you will be the first to get it. Don't say that what is going on in Kano does not concern you in Biafra land or in other parts of Africa. Yes, it does. It concerns you because you can see how the governors are playing ping pong with the seat of the Emir of Kano. The same way they are playing ping pong with the seat of Emir of Kano, the same way they are playing with the chiefs that are representing you in Biafra land and in other parts of Africa. That's what Nkolomadu wants you to do today. Go to your chiefs and ask them questions. What are you doing for our communities? Or are you just sitting there? What are you doing for us? Are you just there creating problems? That's what you should be doing. Go and ask your chiefs questions. Whom are you answerable to? Are you answerable to the governor or to us? And if they tell you they are answerable to you people, then they should stop receiving any stipend from the governor or the president. They should stop receiving anything from the governor, from the president. The seat of the traditional ruler should be independent from the governors. It should be independent of politics. It's not a political appointment for those who have it, because we all know that in Biafra land, we don't have a lot of chiefs, but they were appointed as a means of controlling the people. So if they appointed you, in the first place, they shouldn't appoint, they don't have the right. The governors should not have the right to be appointing the chiefs. The people should be the ones responsible for deciding who is going to be their chief. This issue of the governor appointing and removing should be stopped right away. That is the problem. That is the problem we have. Both in Kano State, both in northern Nigeria, both in western Nigeria, both in eastern Nigeria, and all over Africa. For communities that have naturally have chiefs, they know how to appoint their chiefs. For those that don't have chiefs, allow them to run their communities the way they have been running it. And for all these chiefs that are not doing much for the people, they are caged by the governors and the government. They cannot speak up. They cannot attract any infrastructural development in their communities. And so, at Nkola Mahadum, we said that we're going to be keeping things short. So what we want you to take away from today's lecture is that what you see going on in Kano, it didn't start today. The governors should be prevented immediately from appointing chiefs or removing chiefs. It's not their job. It is the job of the people to do so that they can be answerable to the people, so that they can be able to talk to the government. Because when the government appoints and pays them, they don't have the power to do anything. And so Nkola Mahadum is encouraging all our listeners, all the people listening to our university, our Mahadum, to ask their chiefs questions. What are you doing for us? What have you attracted to our community? What jobs have you attracted? What roads? What health care? What security? What have you been doing for us? Or are you just sitting there collecting money from the government and don't do anything? Then we don't want you. That's the message to all our listeners, to anybody that we view this program, listen to this program, participate in this program. Go back and ask your chiefs questions, because what is going on in Kano also affects us in Biafra land and also across Africa. We should stop this type of arrangement. It's hurting the people. And that's why Nkola Mahadum decided to pick this up, so that you can wake up, know your rights, ask your chiefs questions, and do whatever you have to do to make sure that the governors are not allowed again to appoint or remove any chiefs, or even pay them. What are they being paid for when they are doing no work for the community? So the seat of the chiefs or emirs or obas is not something that you pay for. During the campaign last time, I saw a lot of Oba palaces. It's like heaven. Most of their emirs and obas and chiefs, if you go to their palace, it's like heaven. Massive structure. What are they doing with those things? Those are corruption. And it should be stopped right now. And with this, Nkola Mahadum will be bringing this lecture to an end, because we said that we're going to be keeping it short. But before we do, we must beg you today to please subscribe to our YouTube channel, like our programs, comment, follow us on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter, and other social media platforms. And don't forget, support Eastern Security Network, the security network set up by our tested and trusted leader, Mazi Nnamdi Ohu Kanu, and IPOB, to secure our farmlands and forests, to make it safe, to drive away all the Fulani herdsmen terrorists, because that is where they take off to attack our people. So that when we drive them off, our people can go to the farm to farm and bring food for all of us to eat. Thank you for joining me today. Again, my name is Obioramba Igboweze. Thank you very much for joining us. Have a good one. Bye-bye.